Welcome back to Old Coins Historian. Have you ever wondered if the old wheat penny hiding in your pocket, coin jar, or dusty collection could be worth a fortune? Every day, millions of people overlook these tiny copper coins, never realizing that some have become legendary treasures in the world of coin collecting. What looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin could actually be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity, condition, mint mark, and unique history. A single penny discovered in an old box or family collection has the potential to surprise collectors with an incredible value. In today's exciting video, we're counting down the top 5 most valuable Lincoln wheat pennies ever discovered. We'll explore the fascinating stories behind these rare coins, their minting history, the mistakes that made some of them so valuable, and the record-breaking prices they have achieved at auction. Whether you're a beginner, a passionate collector, or simply curious about American history and old currency, this countdown is packed with amazing facts that might inspire you to check your own spare change. Stay with us until the end because the number 1 coin on our list is truly astonishing and could change the way you look at every old penny you find. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for Old Coins Historian so you never miss our latest videos about rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable collectibles. Thanks for watching, and let's begin the countdown. Coin number 1, the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin that many people would ignore or leave forgotten in an old jar. But behind its simple appearance lies a remarkable story connected to the years following World War II, a time when America was rebuilding, and millions of these pennies entered everyday circulation. Every worn edge and faded surface tells a story of decades spent passing through countless hands. The 1946 wheat penny was produced at 3 different United States mint facilities. Coins without a mint mark were struck in Philadelphia, those carrying the D mint mark came from Denver, and those with the S mint mark were made in San Francisco. Most examples are common because hundreds of millions were produced, making them easy to find even today. However, collectors know that condition is everything. A bright, uncirculated coin with full original color is dramatically more valuable than one that has spent decades in circulation. Many videos on the internet claim that every 1946 wheat penny is worth millions of dollars or can make someone an overnight billionaire. The truth is far more interesting. The average circulated 1946 wheat penny is usually worth only a few cents to a few dollars, while beautiful uncirculated examples can sell for much higher prices depending on their quality. Coins that receive exceptional professional grades or display rare minting errors may attract serious collectors willing to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the biggest reasons collectors search for the 1946 wheat penny is the possibility of discovering an unusual mint error. A coin with an off-center strike, a dramatic die crack, a clipped planchet, or a doubled design can become much more desirable than a normal example. These errors happen during the minting process and create unique pieces that stand out from ordinary coins. Because genuine mint errors are uncommon, they often generate excitement whenever they appear at auctions or in private collections. Even a dirty or heavily worn 1946 wheat penny should never be cleaned. Many beginners believe polishing a coin will increase its value, but experienced collectors know the opposite is true. Cleaning removes the natural surface and can permanently damage the coin, reducing its appeal and value. A dusty, dark original penny is usually preferred over one that has been scrubbed until it shines. The design of the 1946 wheat penny is also part of its lasting popularity. The front features Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent. This classic design was used from 1909 through 1958, and has become one of the most recognizable coins in American history. For many collectors, holding a wheat penny is like holding a small piece of the past. Stories of lucky collectors discovering valuable wheat pennies in old piggy banks, family collections, or forgotten jars continue to inspire people around the world. While most 1946 pennies are not rare, finding a high-grade example or an authentic mint error can still be an exciting experience. That possibility keeps treasure hunters checking every penny that passes through their hands. Professional grading plays a major role in determining value. 2 coins from the same year and mint can have dramatically different prices simply because one has sharp details, original luster, and almost no wear. The finest known examples of the 1946 wheat penny have achieved impressive auction results, proving that condition can transform an ordinary 1-cent coin into a highly collectible item. The history behind the 1946 wheat penny makes it especially meaningful. It was one of the first pennies produced after World War II ended, symbolizing a nation entering a new era of peace and economic growth. Millions of Americans used these coins for everyday purchases, unaware that decades later they would become cherished collectibles admired by historians and coin enthusiasts alike. So, if you discover a 1946 wheat penny in an old collection or pocket change, don't assume it is a life-changing fortune, but don't dismiss it either. Check the mint mark, examine the condition, and look carefully for unusual errors. Most examples are modestly valued, while exceptional pieces can be surprisingly desirable. The real treasure of the 1946 wheat penny is its rich history, timeless design, and the excitement it brings to collectors who continue searching for the next hidden gem. Coin number 2, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny, continues to attract collectors who dream of finding a rare treasure. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than a simple 1-cent coin with Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the back. Yet its history, age, and the possibility of rare varieties have made it one of the most fascinating wheat pennies ever produced. Every scratch, every mark, and every tiny detail tells a story from a time when the United States was preparing for one of the most important periods in modern history. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark, at the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, and at the San Francisco Mint with an S mint mark. Millions of these coins entered circulation, but only a small number survived in exceptional condition. While ordinary circulated examples are usually worth only a small premium over face value, collectors pay much higher prices for coins with brilliant original surfaces, strong details, and no signs of cleaning. The difference between an average coin and a collector-grade specimen can be enormous, making condition one of the most important factors in determining value. What truly excites collectors is the possibility of discovering an unusual error or an exceptionally preserved example. Some 1939 wheat pennies display off-center strikes, die cracks, doubled letters, or other mint-made imperfections that make them unique. These errors are accidental creations of the minting process, and because they are uncommon, they often attract significant attention at coin auctions. A coin that looks ordinary to one person may reveal a fascinating mint error under magnification, transforming it into a highly desirable collectible. Many stories circulate online claiming that a dirty or damaged 1939 wheat penny is automatically worth millions of dollars. The reality is much more interesting. Dirt, discoloration, or wear alone does not create value. Instead, collectors search for originality, strong design details, attractive surfaces, and verified mint errors. A naturally toned coin with decades of history is often preferred over a harshly cleaned example. Cleaning can permanently reduce a coin's collectible value, which is why experienced collectors always recommend leaving old coins exactly as they are found. The design of the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny represents a classic chapter in American coinage. Abraham Lincoln's portrait symbolizes leadership and unity, while the wheat ears on the reverse celebrate the nation's agricultural heritage and hardworking spirit. Every coin that circulated during this era witnessed a rapidly changing America, passing through the hands of workers, farmers, merchants, and families during a period filled with uncertainty and hope. Owning one of these pennies is like holding a small piece of history that survived generations. Collectors often examine the coin under bright light, checking the date, mint mark, and the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and "United States of America." Sharp lettering, full wheat lines, and minimal wear indicate a stronger example. A coin that has retained its original mint luster is especially desirable because most 1939 pennies spent decades in circulation before reaching collectors. These surviving high-grade pieces are much scarcer than the total mintage number suggest. Auction results have shown that outstanding 1939 Lincoln wheat pennies certified in top mint state grades can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially when they possess exceptional eye appeal or rare errors. However, claims that every 1939 penny is worth millions are simply myths. Extraordinary prices are reserved for extremely rare combinations of condition, rarity, and collector demand. This reality makes the hunt even more exciting because every collector hopes to discover that one remarkable coin hiding among ordinary change. Another fascinating aspect of the 1939 wheat penny is its connection to family traditions. Many people inherited jars of old coins from parents or grandparents without realizing their historical significance. A single forgotten penny can inspire a lifelong interest in numismatics, leading collectors to explore minting technology, American history, and the stories behind everyday currency. The true treasure is often not only the financial value, but also the connection to previous generations. Experts always encourage careful handling of old coins, holding a wheat penny by its edges, storing it in a protective holder, and avoiding polishing or chemical cleaning helps preserve its originality. Even a coin found in dirty condition should never be scrubbed, because the natural surface is an important part of its authenticity. Sometimes the most valuable appearance is the one created naturally over decades of circulation and storage. The popularity of the Lincoln Wheat series continues to grow because these coins combine affordability with the possibility of discovering something extraordinary. New collectors enjoy searching through rolls of pennies, estate collections, and antique markets, hoping to find a rare date or unusual mint error. The 1939 issue remains one of the classic pieces that bridges history, artistry, and the excitement of treasure hunting, proving that even a humble 1-cent coin can capture the imagination of millions. Imagine opening an old wooden box in your attic and finding a handful of dark copper pennies collected decades ago. Among them sits a 1939 wheat penny with sharp details, beautiful original color, and perhaps an unusual striking error. That single discovery could become the centerpiece of a collection and a conversation starter for years to come. While it may not instantly make someone a billionaire overnight, it could certainly become a valuable historical artifact admired by collectors around the world. So before you spend or ignore an old wheat penny, take a closer look. Check the date, examine the mint mark, study the details, and appreciate the journey that tiny coin has taken through American history. The 1939 Lincoln Wheat penny reminds us that true value comes from rarity, preservation, and the stories carried through time. Whether worth a few cents or an impressive collector premium, every surviving example is a remarkable survivor from a bygone era, waiting for the next collector to discover its hidden legacy. Coin number 3, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny, is one of those fascinating coins that continues to attract collectors from around the world. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary copper cent with the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat ears on the back. But behind its simple design is a remarkable history connected to the final year of World War II. Millions of these pennies were produced, yet certain examples with exceptional quality, rare mint characteristics, or unusual minting mistakes have become highly desirable and can sell for impressive amounts in the collector market. The year 1945 marked an important moment in American history. As the war came to an end, the United States Mint was once again producing bronze cents after the temporary steel cents of 1943. The return to the traditional copper alloy gave the 1945 wheat penny its rich reddish-brown appearance that collectors love today. Every coin carried the familiar words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1945, while the reverse displayed the iconic wheat stalks that symbolize prosperity and growth. Although billions were struck, the survival of high-grade examples is far less common because many coins spent decades in circulation, becoming worn, scratched, and stained through everyday use. Many people hear stories claiming that every old penny is worth millions of dollars, but the real excitement lies in understanding what makes one coin different from another. A normal circulated 1945 wheat penny is usually worth only a small premium above face value. However, a coin with brilliant original red color, almost no wear, and sharp details can command a much higher price. Collectors compete fiercely for the finest known examples because finding a 70-year-old coin in nearly perfect condition is extremely difficult. The better the preservation, the greater the interest from serious buyers. Another reason the 1945 wheat penny attracts attention is the possibility of mint errors. During the busy production process, dies could become worn or misaligned, creating doubled letters, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other unusual features. These mistakes transform an ordinary coin into a unique collectible. A dramatic error that is authenticated by experts can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its rarity and eye appeal. That is why experienced collectors carefully inspect every old wheat penny instead of assuming it has little value. The mint mark also plays an important role in determining value. A penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, while a D represents Denver and an S represents San Francisco. Each mint produced different quantities, and the availability of high-quality examples varies from one location to another. Sometimes a common coin in average condition becomes surprisingly scarce when collectors search for flawless specimens. This difference between ordinary circulation pieces and premium collector grades explains why prices can vary dramatically even for coins from the same year. Many old wheat pennies found in jars, drawers, or inherited collections appear dark, dirty, or covered with years of natural tunning. Beginners often think cleaning the coin will increase its value, but experienced collectors know the opposite is usually true. Cleaning can leave tiny scratches and remove the original surface, reducing collector interest. A naturally aged 1945 wheat penny with honest wear is generally preferred over a polished coin that has lost its authentic appearance. Sometimes the dirt and color are part of the coin's history and charm. One of the most exciting moments in coin collecting is discovering a high-grade red 1945 wheat penny that has been protected from circulation for decades. Such coins display bright original luster that shines when tilted under light. Professional grading services evaluate these pieces based on strike quality, preservation, and surface condition. Top-graded examples have sold for several $1,000s at auctions, proving that exceptional quality can transform an ordinary 1-cent coin into a prized collectible. These prices are impressive, but they are achieved only by the rarest and finest examples rather than every 1945 penny. Stories often circulate about a dirty old wheat penny being worth millions overnight, creating dreams of instant wealth. While these stories capture attention, the real world of coin collecting is based on rarity, demand, authenticity, and condition. Most 1945 wheat pennies will never make someone a billionaire, but a rare variety or outstanding specimen can still be worth enough to surprise its owner. The thrill comes from the possibility that a forgotten coin sitting in a family collection might be far more valuable than anyone expected. The historical importance of the 1945 wheat penny adds another layer of fascination. It represents a nation celebrating the end of a global conflict and looking toward a hopeful future. Every scratch and worn edge tells the story of countless hands that carried the coin through grocery stores, train stations, schools, and neighborhoods across America. Holding one today is like holding a small piece of history that survived generations, connecting modern collectors with the lives of people who lived during one of the most significant periods of the 20th century. Collectors recommend examining every 1945 wheat penny carefully under good lighting. Look for strong details in Lincoln's hair, full wheat lines on the reverse, original color, and any unusual minting characteristics. Even if the coin is common, it remains a classic piece of American numismatic history that continues to inspire new generations of enthusiasts. Patience, knowledge, and careful observation are often more valuable than luck in the search for hidden treasures. Imagine opening an old coin box and spotting the familiar date 1945 beside Abraham Lincoln's portrait. What appears to be an ordinary cent could become the beginning of a lifelong passion for collecting or even an unexpectedly valuable discovery. Whether it is worth a few cents or several $1,000s, the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny proves that history can fit in the palm of your hand. Its enduring popularity, rich wartime background, and the excitement of rare high-grade and error examples ensure